In today's class, we discuss constructors. Okay. So here constructor is a special function which is used to create and initialize the properties of an object. Okay. So a constructor has same name as the object. A constructor can be called by using the new keyword. Okay. So a constructor can reference the properties of its object by using this keyword here, this keyword. Okay. So here, this one is the constructor definition. Okay. Once again, I repeat that here constructor that is used to create and initialize the properties of an object. Okay. A constructor has the same name as the object. Okay. So a constructor can be called by using the keyword new. Okay. And a constructor can reference the properties of its object. So here ID and name are the properties. Okay. So here this one reference the properties using this keyword. Okay. A constructor can reference the properties of its object using the this keyword. Okay. So this is the definition of the constructor. Function, person, p underscore id comma p underscore name. So here these are the properties. Okay. And next we reference the properties of its object, that is this dot id equal to p underscore id. Okay. This dot name equal to p underscore name. So here properties of object, id and name are the properties of object. Okay. So here p underscore id and p underscore name. Okay. Properties. Okay. We reference the properties of object, that is p underscore id, p underscore name using this keyword. Okay. So next one. Now the above constructor person. So here person is the constructor. This constructor can be called by using the new keyword. So here person 1 equal to new space person of 10 comma Ramu. So here the constructor person can be called by using new. Okay. So here whenever the construction is called, a new object is created. Okay. Whenever a constructor is called. So here we call the constructor person. Okay. Whenever the constructor person is called, a new object, that is a person 1 is created. Okay. Is it clear? So a constructor is used to create and initialize the properties of an object. So here this one is the constructor definition. Function, here person constructor, and properties of object p underscore id and p underscore name. Okay. So we reference the properties of object, that is p underscore id comma p underscore name using this keyword. Okay. So here we call the constructor using the new keyword. So here person 1 equal to new space person of 10 comma Ramu means here the constructor person is called using new keyword. Okay. Whenever the constructor is called, a new object is created, that is person 1. Okay. So if the object contain method, it is also initialized as the same way. Okay. As property. Okay. If the constructor contain method, okay, or if the object contain method, is also initialized same way as the property. Suppose here this dot id, this dot name is here id and name are the properties. Okay. If the object have method, that is next one. See here. If the object have method, so here let us consider a method for displaying details of person object. So here display underscore person is method. Okay. If the object contains method like display underscore person. Okay. So here function display underscore function person. So here this one is the method. Okay. In this method we write the two output statements, person id, person name. Okay. Then we add the property name display. So here we add the property name display to the constructor as shown below. So here this dot display equal to display underscore person, that is the method. Okay. So here this dot id and this dot name are the properties. Okay. So here this dot display is the method. Okay. So properties of object, methods of object. Okay. So here this dot id, this dot name, here we reference the properties of object. Okay. Or we initialize the properties of object in the constructor. So here this dot display equal to display underscore person, here we initialize the methods of object. Okay. So constructor, function, person, p underscore id comma p underscore name. So these are the properties. Okay. This dot id equal to p underscore id. This dot name equal to p underscore name. So here we initialize the properties of object. Okay. Next, this dot display equal to display underscore person. This is also written in the same this constructor. Okay. This dot display equal to display underscore person. Okay. ID and name are the properties and display is the method. Okay. That is it to initialize the function display underscore person. So here this one is the function definition of display underscore person. Okay. If you want to print the details of the person object, so then we use this one, person one dot display. Okay. Person one dot display means here this dot display. So what is this dot display? This dot display equal to display underscore person. So now we go to display underscore person function. Okay. So in the display underscore function, we write the two statements, person ID, person name. Person ID is this dot ID. So this dot ID means here 10. This dot ID equal to p underscore ID. So p underscore ID equal to 10. Okay. Next, this dot name equal to p underscore name. So what is the value p underscore name? Ramu. Okay. So this one is the constructors. Now we see the example program for this constructor. Example program for constructors. See here, this one is the example program for the constructors. See, HTML root element. So head element you write the title of the web page is constructor. Next in the body you write the script. Okay. So here first one, function space person of p underscore id comma p underscore name. So this one is the definition of the constructor. Okay. This one is the definition of constructor. Okay. And a constructor can reference the properties of its object using this keyword. So here properties of its object are id and name. Okay. So these are initialized using the this keyword. This dot id equal to p underscore id. This dot name equal to p underscore name. So these two are the properties of object. Okay. Next one is the method. This dot display equal to display underscore person. Okay. So here id and name are the properties of object and display is the method of object. Okay. So this method is initialized to the function display underscore person. Now we go to function definition of the display underscore person. Okay. In the definition of the function, we write the two output statements. So here document dot write person ID is this dot ID. So person name is this dot name. Okay. Next, person one equal to new space person of 10 comma Ramu. So here the person constructor can be called by using the new keyword. Okay. Whenever this construction is called, a new object person one is created. Okay. Now we access the properties and methods of constructor using the this new object, that is person one. Okay. Person one dot display means here this one, this dot display method. Okay. So we initialize the this dot display method to display underscore person function. So this one. Okay. Okay. So when you call this method person one dot display, so this function is executed. Okay. So what is the output statements in this function? Person ID is this dot ID. So here this dot ID equal to p underscore ID. Okay. So we are saying that p underscore id 10. Okay. We pass the value 10 to the p underscore id. Next we pass the value Ramu to the p underscore name. Okay. So your new space person 10, p underscore id equal to 10. Next p underscore name equal to Ramu. That means here we pass the value 10 and Ramu to the p underscore id comma p underscore name. Okay. Whenever the constructor is called. Okay. So when you're executing this one, person one dot display, that is here. So person one dot display means this dot display is assigned to the display underscore person. So display underscore person function is executed. So here person ID is equal to 10. Person name is Ramu. So now we executing this one. constructors. See here, person ID is 10, person name is the Ramu. Okay. So those are the values we pass it to the constructor. Next one. Next one is the document object model. Important topic in the JavaScript. Okay. Document object model. So here, document object model is a standard for accessing the documents. Okay. So here it is a standard for accessing the documents. Okay. So here DOM, document object model, is an API for application programs to interact with the web documents. Okay. So here it is an API, application programming interface API. Okay. For application programs to interact with web documents. Okay. So your document object model is also standard for accessing the documents. Okay. So by using document object model, JavaScript can change or create or remove or add HTML elements. Okay. So by using document object model, JavaScript can change the elements in the HTML. JavaScript can create new elements in the HTML. JavaScript can remove elements in the HTML. Okay. So by using document object model, JavaScript accessing the HTML elements. Okay. So that is the main use of document object model. It is an API for application programs to interact with the web documents, that is to interact with the HTML. Okay. So using DOM along with JavaScript, we can create HTML element, we can remove HTML element, we can add HTML element, we can change HTML element. Okay. So this one is the document structure, document tree structure for the document object model. Okay. So first root element, document tree. So first one is the window, that is browser window. Okay. So your window is the browser's window, that is always top at the hierarchy. Okay. Next, in the window, self window, some window objects. Okay. Next, document object. So whenever HTML document is loaded into window, it becomes document object. Okay. Whenever HTML document is loaded into window, it becomes document object. See here. This one is the window object. Okay. So whenever, suppose here I execute one HTML file. See here, form. Okay. So whenever this HTML document is loaded into window, this is the document object. Okay. Next one, some frames. Next, location. Next, history object. Next, navigator object. Okay. Next one, in the document object. So in this chapter we mainly discuss the document object. So here in the document there are forms, images, links, layers, anchors, embedded tags, applet. Okay. All objects, all these, table. Okay. And remaining objects. Okay. So first window, next one HTML document. So in the HTML document there are form tags, image tags, links tags, okay, anchor tags, okay, and applets, okay, and all objects, that is all the tags, okay, like some table. Okay. Next, in the form, so first window, in the browser window a document is loaded. Okay, HTML document is loaded. In the HTML content there is a one form. Okay. In the form there is a several elements like button, checkbox, okay, password, radio, reset, submit, text area, okay, all these are the elements. Okay, next options. Suppose if there is a select tag in the form, then select contains the many options. Option, select tag, options. Okay, there are multiple options in the select tag. Okay, next options. Okay, so document tree is window, that is browser window. In the browser window, document is located. Okay, document. Next, in the document, HTML document, forms. Next, in the forms, there is a select option. Next, options. So let us see the example. Say there is a form. See here, this one is the document. So in the document, there is a form. So here form, again form contains elements. So these are all are the elements. Input type, okay, this text area, select, these are all are the elements. Okay, so in the select there are multiple options. Okay, see this is the browser window. Okay, whenever you execute the HTML file, that document is loaded into web page. So this one is the document object. So in the document there is a form. Okay, so in the form there is a, suppose here select element. So these are all are the elements: input element, text area element, okay, radio button element, checkbox element. Okay, so in the element, suppose example take select. Okay, again in the select there is a options. Okay, so this is the document object model structure. Window, browser window. Okay, next document object. When the HTML file is executed, that page or that document is loaded into window. Okay, so next in the HTML document there is a form. Okay, so in the form there is a elements: input, radio, checkbox, select. Okay, again in the select there is a multiple options. Okay, so this is the document structure step by step. Next one, accessing the elements in the document. Next one is the accessing the elements in the document. Suppose if you want to access the here element, if you want to access the element, so document dot forms dot elements dot options, if there are any options. Okay, so document form element option. Okay, so let us see the, so here accessing the elements in the document. So there are three ways to access the elements in the document. So here first one is the first way is used to document object forms array property along with elements array property. Okay, so here, so there is one HTML. Okay, so in the HTML we write the form. So here in the HTML there is a form space action equal to enter your name, input space type equal to text. Okay, so here document object. So in the document object there is a form, that is document dot form dot, next in the form there is a element like input type. Okay, so document form element. See here, document form element means here all are the elements: input type, checkbox, input type equal to text is one element, input space type equal to checkbox is one element. Okay, next select tag is one element. Okay, all are elements in the forms one, forms object. Okay, that forms object is in the HTML document. Okay, that HTML document is in the window. Okay, that is whenever you execute the file, that HTML document is loaded into web page, is loaded into window, browser's window. Okay, suppose if you want to access the element, so your first one is the, to obtain the address of text box in above HTML code, you can write the following code in your script. Suppose there is a element input space type equal to text, that is here enter our name means here we enter the name in the form. Suppose if you want to access the name in the script, okay, if you want to access the name, you enter it in the text box in the form in HTML, okay, that is into your script, your JavaScript. So this one is the code where name equal to document dot, so here object forms array property. So here forms array, forms of 0, okay. So here forms of 0 means here 0 indicates the index. So 0 means first form in the HTML. Okay, here first form in the HTML code. Okay, forms of 0 dot elements of 0 means so first element in the form. Okay, so first element in the HTML document, forms of 0 dot elements of 0 means first element in the form dot value, that means value of that first element. Okay, so here form the space action, so this is the form in the HTML document, document dot forms of 0, that is only one form, that is forms of 0 means first form dot elements of 0 means first element in the form. So there is here only one element, input space type equal to text. Okay, dot value means whatever value you entered in this text box. Okay, so this one is one method. Second one, using name attribute of HTML, using name attribute. See, form space action equal to name space, name equal to FRM main. So here FRM main is the name of the form. Okay, name of the form. So here txt name is the name of the this text box. Okay, so we are accessing the elements in the HTML into JavaScript using this name attribute. Okay, so here in the HTML document dot there is a form with name frm main dot txt name, that is here text box. What is the value we entered in the text box? Okay, this is the text box name, txt name dot value, that is value you entered in the text box. Document dot frm main, so this is the name of the form dot txt name, so this is the name of the text box dot value, this is the value you entered in the text box. Let us see the these two examples first. Okay, let us see the examples. So here form space action equal to some space, that is here we did not give the any action to the form. Okay, when you are submitting the form. Next, name equal to frm name 1. So here frm name 1 is the name of the form. Okay, so next, name input space type equal to text, name equal to txt1, value equal to jp. So here name is the input type as a text box. Okay, the name of the text box is txt1. Okay, the value in the text box is jp. Next, default value is jp. Next, another text box, input space type equal to text, that is the text box, that is the element of the form. Next, name equal to txt2, this is the name of the second text box. Next, value in the second text box is csc. Okay, next I add the one button, that is here try it is a button. Okay, when you click on try it, it operates my function. Okay, when you click on try it, it perform my function. So what is the my function? So here function space my function, that is where name equal to, okay, See, first we are using the arrays. Okay, first we are accessing the element in the HTML. So here we are accessing the element text box in the HTML. Okay, so here we are accessing the element text box in the form. Okay, in HTML we are accessing the elements. See here, var space name equal to document. Okay, dot forms of 0, that is form object. Okay, that is forms of 0 means first form. So here there is only one form. So forms of 0 dot elements of 0, that is first element in the HTML. So here first element is here name, input space type equal to text, name equal to text1, value equal to JP. So here first element is this one. Okay, so it accessing the value JP. Next, second element is next second one. Second tag is this one. Input space type equal to text, name equal to txt2, value equal to CSC. So elements of 1. Okay. So next document dot write name, document dot write branch. Okay. So here we are accessing the element in the first way. See here. We are accessing the element using the here document object forms array property along with the elements array property. Document dot forms of 0 dot elements of 0 dot value. That means in the HTML document there is a form. Okay, that is the forms of 0 means first form. Okay, so in the form there is a first element. Elements of 0 means first element. Elements of 1 means second element. Dot value, that is value of that element. Okay, so here we see the first method. So name equal to, that means that value is stored in the name. So this value is stored in the branch and we print the name and branch values. Okay. So let us see the output. So elements of 0 means first element in the form in the document, HTML document. Elements of 0 means second element in the form in the HTML document. Okay. So here first element is, so here in the form first element is here value JP. So second element is value CSC. So that is name GS JP branch CSC. That is the output when executing this file. See here name JP branch CSC. Okay, when you click on try it, it operates the function. See here name JP branch CSC. Okay, so if we give other than any JP, any value, so default value I given in the text box is the JP and CSC. If you give any value, some Suresh, so here branch ECE, see here name Suresh branch ECE. Okay, next to see the, suppose if you want to next add any method, branch of CSC, next call is, if you add another element in the form, that is call is. CRR. Okay, next if you want to access the that college, okay, value you entered in the college text box. If you want to access the element in the this one college text box, where college. Okay, so document dot forms of 0, that is first form. Okay, so there is only one form in the HTML, so forms of itself. Next elements of 2, that is third one. So here input type, so here in the form this input type is the 1, 2, next 3, that is 0, 1, 2. Elements of 0 in the form, elements of 2, 1 in the form, elements of 2 in the form. Okay, next document dot write, college, it has execute this one. See here college CRR, default value I given in the CR. So here name JP branch CSC CRR. Here we are accessing the value CRR. That is third element in the form in the HTML. Okay. Third element. So here value of third element, that is elements of 2 in the form, that is forms of 0 in the HTML document. Okay. So next method, second method is using name attribute. Second method is using name attribute. So we deleting this one. Next, see here, where college equal to document dot. So in the HTML document, there is a form with name using name attribute. That is using name. Name of the form is form name one dot. Name of the element is, so here name of the element is the txt3 dot value of that element. Okay. So second method, we are accessing the element using name attribute. So in the HTML document, there is a form with name frm name1 dot. In the form, there is a element with name txt1. Okay. Next, value of that element. Let us execute this one. See here, name JP, brand CSC, CRR, same output. Okay, but different method. So here we are accessing the element using the name attribute. Okay, so these are the two methods to accessing the element in the HTML from JavaScript. Okay. So here in JavaScript, write the code for the accessing the element in the HTML. Okay. Next method is the most commonly used method, that is get element by ID. Get element by ID. So here there is a HTML code, that is document dot. There is a form element. Okay, form element. So next in the form element, so here we give the one text box, input space type equal to text with ID equal to txt name, with ID equal to txt name. So here we are accessing the elements in the HTML using ID selector. Okay, so here using ID. So here var space name equal to, that is document dot in the HTML dot get element by ID with text name txt name. Okay, so here the element with ID is the input space type equal to text. Okay, so the element with ID is the text box. So here we're retrieving the value of text box. Okay, so here document dot get element by ID. That means here we are accessing the element with ID equal to txt name. Okay, so this is the third method. So let us see the output for this one. See here. In the HTML, there is a form. Okay. Next, in the form, there is a one text box. Input space type equal to text. ID equal to txt1. Value equal to JP. That is value of the text box. Next, in the script, we will write the function here. When you click on try it button, it perform. So here, on click equal to my function. That means if you click on this try it button, it performs my function. So in the my function, we are accessing the HTML element by the ID. So your document dot get element by ID. So your ID is the txt1. So here we are accessing the value of the element with ID equal to txt1. So here ID equal to txt1, the element is the text box. Okay. So and value is JP. So we are accessing the value of element with ID equal to text1, that is name. Okay, that is assigned to the name, and we print the name. So let us execute this one. See here, the simple form, there is a one text box, that is name. Okay, default value is JP. Okay, when you click on try it button, so it retrieves the value, that is name Suresh. Okay, so this is about the DOM, document object model. Okay, is it clear everyone? Respond in chat box. So once again I repeat, so a document object model, it is an API for application programs to interact with the web documents. Okay, so yet along with DOM, JavaScript can change or create or remove or add HTML elements. Okay, so this one is the tree structure for the document object. Okay, so here it is a tree structure for the document object model. So here first there is a window object, next level document object, next level form, next element, next options for the example select. Okay, so window, browser window, in the browser window there is a document, HTML document. In the HTML document there is a one form. Okay, so in the form there are a several elements. Okay, like button, checkbox, file, hidden password, radio. Okay, select. Okay, again select have the multiple options. Okay, so document dot forms dot elements dot value. So there are three ways to accessing the elements in the HTML document. First one is the document object forms array property along with elements array property. So your document object document dot forms array property, that is forms of 0, dot elements array property, that is elements of 0, dot value. Next, using name attribute. So here there is a HTML document dot frm main. So this one is the name of the form, dot txt name, that is name of the element, dot value, that is value in that element. Okay, suppose if there are two forms, let us see the output. Suppose if there are two forms, so here this one is the one form, there is a, suppose there is another form space action name equal to some frm name 2. Okay, frm name 2. So here if we want to access the frm name 2, so frm name 2, here text 2 is ece, text 2 is ece. Suppose if there are two forms, second form with name frm name 2. So here suppose if you want to access the branch in frame 2, form 2, frm name 2, that is form name 2, second form text 2 dot value, that is jpececrr is the output when you are executing this one. Second form with name frm name 2. So your var space branch. So your branch having the value of document dot frm name 2, that is form 2 in the document. Okay, dot text 2, that is here second text box in form 2. Okay, dot value, that is value of this one, that is ece. So let us execute this one. See here, there are two text box, two forms. So first form JP CSC CRR. See here, JP CSC CRR. Second one JP ECE CRR. Okay. So here we are accessing the element name in the first form, branch in the second form, college in the first form. So name in the first form is JP. Okay. Next branch in the second form is ECE. Next college in the first form is CRR. Let us check it. So here JP ECE CRR. Okay. Okay, when you click on this one also, JPECE okay, that is we write the output statement for name, that is text 1 in the form 1, text 2 in the form 2, text 3 in the form 1. Okay, so if you want to accessing the elements using arrays, see forms 1, that is second form. Okay, elements of 1, that is here easy also same. Let us execute this one. Forms of 0 means first form, elements of 0 means first element in the first form. So first element in the first form is JP. Okay, next elements of 1, that is second element in the forms of 1 means second form, that is second element in the second form means ECE. Okay, so let us execute this one again. So here JPECE. Okay, so if you click on first one also, here JPECE, that means, so if you want to access the elements in the, suppose here also, when you click on first try it button, if you want to show JPECE means, so you change the code. So again here button click my function 1, so here my function 2. So when you click on first try it button, it perform my function 1 means, here we change the code. Again we write the another function for the, see when you click on first try it button, it shows JPCSC that is first form. Okay, so when you click on second one, JPECE, that is the second one. Okay, so in today class we discussed document object model and constructors. Okay, so in the next class we discuss events and event handling. Okay, events and event handling in the JavaScript.